You gonna be my clap dog today?
Nope.
Oh shit, we don't need it. Oh.
Hey, and we're back, dude.
What the fuck's up, losers?
What's up, dude? Hit us with the intro, dude.
Hit us with the intro. Down at the end, we got a pretty empty cushion, and right next to him, another empty cushion. This is Zach Howard. I'm TJ Nickerson. We are,
and we've blown this whole podcast up. This is what the podcast is.
We made Chris and Cole so mad that they have eloped and are fully in love now.
Yeah.
I think. No,
they bought a ranch, dude. They're doing it Brokeback Mountain.
They're doing Brokeback Mountain, and they're having fun. So we're gonna try to have fun in their absence.
Here on the
in their
last,
honor.
Here, yeah, in their honor on the final day.
The final podcast. Yeah.
We should say Chris is missing for like a real reason.
That's true.
Chris, if you're out there, hopefully everything is going well there. Hopefully he's having a baby or not having a baby and good.
And waiting
and
some more.
Everything is good.
Right.
Cole, on the other hand, I think he was just asleep.
Which I can't judge too harshly. One time I was very late from sleeping.
You guys, this is great. But Taylor says things like, your friend group is so irresponsible. And I say things like, no.
Come on, babe, give him a chance.
And then Cole misses our podcast at noon because he was asleep.
That's true, dude. Yeah, I was going to make up some sort of horrible accident that he was in, but I don't think so. I think he's just trying to gather all of the butt plugs for New Year's Eve or something. I don't know.
I think he's just trying to gaslight me into beating him up.
So you could catch a charge?
Yeah, dude. Catch a charge, dude. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. We missed last week, obviously, with just no
pod.
No warning.
We didn't even say anything.
We didn't even acknowledge it. I mean, it's fucking, if you expected us to podcast on Christmas Eve.
That's on you, I think.
Yeah. And not New Year's Eve.
After knowing what deeply committed to the Lord people we are.
We're so deeply religious. I didn't even. I fell to my knees all Christmas week.
I just couldn't get off my knees.
I was on my knees so that Jesus could come.
What's up? Huh? That's awesome.
Oh man, did you have a good holiday? It's the holiday season. Did you have a good holiday season?
I did have a good holiday season. I had lots of fun. Christmas Day was very relaxing. Every year, there's just a further cementing that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and anybody who doesn't think so is a hater and a bitch.
And honestly, a floozy.
Well, probably a lady of loose morals.
A lady of the night.
One of my favorite parts that I always forget about is the like cool nerdy black guy who's their tech guy.
Yeah.
He's like. Once the FBI starts sending their guys in, he's like starts doing, what do you call it, the Christmas Carol. He's like, all through the house, not a creature was stirring, except for 4 dumbasses coming 2x2 formation or whatever.
It's a good film.
It's fun.
It's a good movie, and I think it. Here's the thing: I think anything is allowed to be any kind of movie, and who cares?
That's so open-minded of you.
Well, it's just like, here's the thing. The people who don't think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie are the same people, who want me to take in 40 illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
It's the same people.
Which you are doing.
Which, I mean, I have housed a few.
But 40
seems like a lot.
That seems like, have you seen my water bill?
Yeah.
From just 5 or whatever?
Oh, wow, dude. A couple of just tan, leathered up boys.
Look at these new parts of the moccasin gang. I was out of the boot game for so long.
Good to be back.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be back. TJ, I've known TJ for a very long time. And, you used to be a heavy boot guy. You were like the OG guy who was. I was like, oh, maybe I need to be a boot guy.
Maybe I need work boots. And
TJ's a boot guy.
And funny enough, I was always a boot guy, but I was always a cap toe boot guy, like a loser.
You were like a fancy boot guy.
I didn't like mock toes, and then I was like, one day I had the awakening, and I was like, oh, mock toe's the best toe.
The Great Awakening. The Great Awakening. I got these for Christmas. We've already talked about it off the camera, but I mean, just folks,
I've touched them.
Dude.
They're soft.
Oh my goodness gracious!
They're tender and mild. These moccasins.
These were handmade in Canada by Justin Trudeau.
So you know they're soft.
So you know they're soft. So you know they're soft as hell.
I'm gonna start the year off right with a small war with Justin Trudeau. Just
do you think our
on the internet.
You think our podcast can strike the ire of Trudeau? We could probably get banned in Canada.
Canada.
If you said maybe like a dirty word,
A naughty one.
go ahead, let it rip, dude. It's just you and me, dude. Go
It's
ahead.
just us. It's just us guys.
It's just you and me in the house, dude. Nobody else is here.
You and me and the devil makes three.
No
brother.
one's gonna care if you say it.
That is cool. Also, the brewery was just rife with like rented out private Christmas
Generosity,
parties.
dude.
Well, that's true. Some of these people were very nice to your boy, which I appreciate. Thank you. If you're out there and you know who you are, you're clearly not doing it for the credit, but
Next time, donate it to the podcast. Don't
well,
just
that's
give
true.
It to TJ.
Just
That's
put it
great.
in an envelope that says "Beautiful Losers."
Spread the wealth, dude.
But so I'm one of the parties is 50 people. They rented out the entire thing. So all of the little rooms, they're just kind of wandering between. They've got karaoke going on in the barrel room where we do the open mic and the comedy shows and whatever. And there's some horrible karaoke. So I'll hit you with this. And I may have told you this story, but this is for the people. One, there's this couple from... The dude is like so impossibly New Jersey and just keeps talking about it. Like a blue and white leather crotch rocket motorcycle jacket.
Hell yeah.
The finest chin strap beard I've ever seen. Yeah, it looked like just baby snakes tied together on this guy's face. And
Baby
he's
snakes.
maybe 5'5" and just keeps like coming up. And you can see him getting kind of drunk. He keeps drinking double IPAs to start. We finally had to switch him over to something lighter.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I don't see ain't doing another one of those, boys. And I was like, all right, I got you. But he just keeps coming up before he gets super drunk. And he's like, yeah, sorry in advance if I'm kind of loud. I'm just,
I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey guy. And our bar manager was like, oh, yeah, I'm from New Jersey or
Did
whatever.
you have just a quick aside?
Yeah,
did
hit
you
it.
ask him about the drones?
I didn't.
Oh.
And I regret it.
Well,
But next time,
had
next
first-
time I have lunch with him,
first-hand knowledge.
I don't think he was like
They know though, but they can feel it.
they can text.
He may not be in New Jersey recently.
He could
but
just text
he
his
would know.
aunt.
Yeah, just
be like,
yell.
Auntie,
Hey,
hey yo.
somebody will holler back.
Yeah. So he's just progressively getting drunker, and it's pretty incredible because then he gets to a point where he just keeps dropping 20s. In our little tip buckets.
Hell
Every
yeah.
time he comes up, he's like, you know what? Let me tip you again. So then at some point it becomes known that him and his wife are some of these people that like find and take down child predators.
Oh no way!
Yeah, dude.
You didn't tell me that.
I thought maybe
That's crazy.
I don't know who I told what.
You
so
told me that he gave you a bunch of money, but you didn't tell me he was tracking down
get on board, dude.
chomos, dude.
Yeah. So he keeps saying
I wonder
it,
why Colt's not here, dude.
and he's here. Come out. So he and his lady do it together. And,
She's a beautiful lady.
sure. And so they're not a part of the company that rented the space.
Wait.
He's just friends with the owner, and they were like, "Come to our Christmas party." So it's
So this is an outside guy,
yeah,
independently.
but he's homies with the owner, and so he comes.
What
to
is the company that's hosting? What do they do?
They do like the
Same thing. They hunt down.
this was just an army of chomo hunters. Everybody had fucking crossbows and shit.
They could just fucking. They knew the Franklin scandal front to back, dude.
They all had big T-shirts with a piece of pizza with the no sign on it. So everyone's doing karaoke. Then
Wait, what do they do? You didn't answer my question. What's the company?
It's like they take a piece of every credit card charge. I forgot what that's called.
That's amazing.
It's like they run the sort of system.
Processing.
And, yeah. Business stuff, dude.
Hell yeah, business.
So they're doing fine. So at some point I hear I'm waiting. They're supposed to be throwing axes, and I'm supposed to be guiding them through the axe throwing experience, but nobody has come over yet. Everybody's fired up with karaoke. The owner is acting like the craziest 90s hip-hop hype man. He's just like, somebody will be singing like, I'm going home, gonna load my shotgun. He's like, what? Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
It was somewhere between like 90s hype and early 2000s Lil Jon. But he's just screaming. He's like, come on, y'all. And just people
This
singing
is,
whatever.
White
So, yeah. So I hear this lady that I'm like, I think that's the guy's wife. And then she goes into her spiel about, like, if you don't know me and my husband, we
track down chomos. Beat the fuck out of them.
And she's like, in the honor of the survivors, because that's who this really is about. This is I Will Survive. So she gets 4 seconds into I Will Survive. And it's like no singing, just the intro. And homie comes on, and again, I can't see. I'm just standing at the Axe Bay waiting for people to come over. So homie jumps on, and he's like, "Hold on, cut it."
The Jersey guy.
The Jersey guy.
Her husband.
Her husband. Yep. And he's like, no offense, babe, but I can't do it. Can we just use my normal voice? Because I guess he was going to be like, I don't, whatever. I don't know what he was going to do.
Normal voice?
So he just says, give me Footloose. And they get into Footloose. He is, I'm not kidding, a full measure behind everything.
Gotta get Footloose.
He never took off his motorcycle jacket. Then finally people come over to do axe throwing. It's his turn. He gets in, shakes my hand, and he's like, thank you, bro. Thank you so much. And then he says, I broke my hand when I go to shake his hand. I was like, oh, my bad. I didn't squeeze him or nothing, but I was like, oh, all right, sorry. And he's like, but I don't think I can throw my left hand, so I'm just going to do it. And so he does it, and I'm like helping him try to figure out how to do it and giving him the whole spiel, whatever. And then he just like, so drunk, he just keeps being like, I love you, bro.
Did you fuck this guy?
Yeah, dude. So I did.
So then you fucked this guy.
The true Southern hospitality thing, and fucked this guy from New Jersey.
It would have been amazing if you had been like,
and then revealed to him that I'm a child. Honey trapped his ass.
I've been a child this whole time, dumbass. I've been 11 years old.
I'm an 11-year-old kid, you sicko. With a big ass dick.
I'm just a regular child with a big ass dick.
So over the course of the night, this guy had to have tipped us $80 at least.
Hell yeah. I think it would have been funny if he had gotten up there with the axe and he had been a natural born killer.
He got a hold of it a little bit towards the end, but then he lost it again, and I'd have to be like, well, you're doing this or whatever.
Yeah,
you're coming over the side, you're fucking axe master stuff.
I'm a pretty good axe thrower.
Nice.
Just as an aside.
Yeah, wearing mocks. I think these guys came in and did axe throwing, and I had my mocks on at work that day, and they were like, you got the mocks on. What are you, Chief Slap-a-hoe? And I was like, I was like, nice, you guys are fun. And anyway, so this guy does that. He keeps hitting me with I love you, and then keeps dropping money in our tip bucket and all that cool stuff. And it hammered by the end of the night. But meanwhile,
He's just talking to you about 9/11. Just like
I was basically there.
I was so close to the towers.
I was basically there, bro.
Could see the smoke from Hoboken.
But some of these people are hammered throwing axes. Like, I can't believe they didn't fall down. It was great. But I'm in the Axe Bay the whole time for the last, like...
That's only going to last until somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, of course. Well, they sign waivers, but how much can a waiver do? So I'm in the Axe Bay the whole, like, last part of the night. So I don't even know about all the cool things. So I come back from the Axe Bay, which is, like, right around we're closing. And they had already built in a tip. They tip us $400 more each, which is awesome.
Each.
We all walked out with like $100 cash. Private Christmas parties.
Come on now.
I want to just run a business that does that.
That just does private Christmas parties.
All year long. Did you want Christmas in August? I got you. So now I get back to this news. I'm like, whoa, we made out like a bandit. And then she's like, let me tell you about this. Because there was this lady who was like keeping a decent pace, drinking all night, but wasn't like super fucked up.
Right.
She was just like, I don't drink that often. And I was like, this could be bad.
Ooh, this could be fun.
But this
lady's going to get assaulted.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Hopefully HR was there.
Yeah, for sure. So at some point, they come over to the bar and like 6 of these people get shots. Okay. And apparently this shot put her off the cliff.
Nice.
So she's sitting at one of the high tops with her head down, like this.
I've been there, dude.
Yeah, we've all been there. My manager goes over with a cup of water and is like, "Here you go, sweetie. Like, you know, this is a private party. Usually we'd be like, no sleeping at the bar. Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here. You hobo."
But she was a nice lady and she was being nice. So she's like, try to drink some of this water. And the lady won't like pull her head up. And then somebody like kind of that she knows that's been getting her drunk, helping get her drunk, is like, yo, you gotta show some life. And this girl comes up cross-eyed, apparently. So then she takes a sip of water, puts her head back down, and my manager's like, all right, just, you know, keep an eye on her, let her know.
Sure.
Let me know if you need anything.
Let me know if she passes away.
Let me know if this lady dies in my bar.
Oh, that reminds me. Keep going.
All right, right on. So out of nowhere, 5 minutes later, in a flash, she comes to life.
Second wind.
No. She comes up like a
Projectile vomit.
like a Jack in the Box and darts towards the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Down that.
Yeah,
like,
this is a person who's sick.
The bathroom is the two bathrooms, ladies and men's, down the end of this like shallow ramp at this place, to paint a picture for the audience,
for the listening audience.
She gets about halfway down the ramp, starts projectile vomiting, turns her own puke into a slip and slide,
Oh,
and slips in it.
Takes the slip and slide, the old homemade slip and slide.
Apparently, while going down, still projectile vomiting.
Oh, you hate to see
adding to the noise. And then
insult to injury.
Rubbing salt in the wound. So she goes down. And by the time anyone that's behind the bar that saw it can get to her, she's leaned up against the wall by the ladies' room. Just, and they're like, are you okay? Did you hit your head? Are you fucking dying right now? She's like, I think I'm okay. And she's got just puke in her hair.
Oh, no.
I was like, what did we do? How did we fix? Did we hose her off and give her a sweater or something? These people spent money. Like, give her a sweater.
Yeah, they put her in an Uber and send her.
I don't know what
just
happened.
Like,
hopefully somebody.
We got to put Crystal in an Uber.
But I think later on the management might have came over and been like, who was it?
Hey.
And somebody might have sold them out. It was not me.
It was Susan.
Apparently she doesn't drink. She might have been HR, dude. I don't know. I'm not sure what this lady did. But it was
me
a wild
talking
time.
about that lady passing away reminded me. So whatever it was, like,
of Jimmy Carter.
Rest easy.
JC, dude.
God damn, dude.
Georgia's
a horrible president, Jimmy Carter.
Not great, but had some things.
Yeah, it was a likable human.
No new wars.
Yeah, it was a no wars guy, but
made home brewing legal.
Yeah, he was like a kind of a hippie president, but
People's Prez.
I don't think people liked him.
Habitat for Humanity. Well, he was just kind of like. Well, this is the other thing.
And he was a hometown guy. He's one of our guys.
Georgia's own. Obviously, I think back in the day, I think we probably were influenced a little bit by our parents being like, Jimmy Carter sucked. And it's like, because he didn't do that much, I think there are a couple things that were pretty not great, but that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
But I think the older I get, the more I'm like, yeah, the less a president does, usually the better.
I get down with that.
It's like as soon
Plus,
as you
he lived to be hella old.
100.
I mean, we celebrate anybody who lives to be 100 in this country.
Yeah.
My buddy Mike, his dad passed away this past weekend. He's 73. And they were like, yeah, he's just old. I mean, he had stuff, but it's just
sure.
Like,
You hate to see it.
He just passed. But speaking of people who pass, so a couple weeks ago, Taylor and I made up this date. We went to a local restaurant, Del Bar. You know Del Bar.
I've heard of it.
I was telling you about it.
Yeah.
Which is a cool Persian restaurant in Alpharetta.
Hell yeah, dude.
And we've been making it up because we have this like $100 gift card that the restaurant had given us the last time we went.
Oh, that's right.
And what had happened was, so Taylor and I, we went for my birthday right before we had the second baby. And we're so excited to be here. Del Bar, it's a cool Persian restaurant. It's going to be great. It's my birthday. We're going to spend a bunch of money.
Yeah.
The waiter comes by. We put drinks in. We put appetizers in. The whole 9 yards, right? All this stuff comes. This is great. We place our entree order, and then we're waiting. We're waiting for like a long time. And I'm going to go use the bathroom. So I get up and I go pee, and you can tell as I'm like walking around this restaurant. People are uneasy. Like something is going on. So like all the wait staff is like just like cornered up and whispering to each other. It's like, what is happening?
Is this about me?
Yeah, like, do I
Are the feds here?
Yeah. Are those Chomo guys?
Is a Jersey guy here? You're busted, dude.
Oh no, they finally got me. No, I'm just kidding, dude. That's gross, dude.
Yeah, of course.
That's nasty talk, and I don't condone any of that. So anyway, I'm going to the bathroom. I come back. I sit down. The waiter comes over, like after I've been sitting for like 5 minutes, and is like, "Hey, would you guys mind moving from this table that's on this side of the walkway to this other table that's on the other side of the walkway? Because we had to call an ambulance for somebody. Everything's fine, though, and it's totally fine." We're like, okay, yeah, sure, that's no big deal. So they move us over to the other side. And then like 10 minutes later, here come like 10 EMTs into the restaurant. We're like, okay, cool. 5 more minutes pass. The waiter comes back by. He's like, hey, we're going to move all of y'all into this separate part of the restaurant, like a separate room where we host like private events that's away from this restaurant. And we're like, oh, okay, it's like everything okay? Like, yeah, of course. Everything's fine, dude.
No need to panic.
We're like, okay, that's totally fine. And if it makes sense, this restaurant is like a big square and it like gets lower. So like there's seating down in the lower section and then there's seating up here in the higher section.
Like a pit.
And so we're like...
a Persian pit.
Yeah, we're like over towards the door and we can't really see down into the pit. But then as they're leading us to the separate room, we get a clear view down into the pit. And
a peek at the pit?
There's like an EMT on top of a guy just like...
live, goddammit.
Just pounded this guy's head. I'm like, oh shit. So we go, we're sitting in this room, and some time passes, and a lady comes, and it's just like, hey, I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to let everybody go home. It's just and we're like, okay. She's like, but we're gonna bring you a gift card for your meal. Like, oh, okay. And I was like, is that guy okay? And they're like, yeah, no, he's totally fine. Yeah, they're good. I think they got it. I think they got here in time. And it's like, okay, cool. And so then that lady leaves, and then here comes some other guy around. And the whole time we're watching, like waitresses are like crying. Like this is like crazy. Jeez. Yeah. And there's like 70 people like in this room that's supposed to hold like maybe 20 people.
Sure,
like, we're all just like crammed into this room. And then you see the ambulance come and go, and the ambulance doesn't leave with the lights on. And
oh boy.
And the guy comes to bring our gift card, and he's just chatty. He's like, it's pretty crazy, huh? And we're like, yeah, I guess the other waitress said that he was okay though. And that guy was like, no.
God damn, dude.
And,
that guy should have been a surgeon.
No, absolutely not. That guy was not okay. And then they gave us $100 gift card, and we
$100 gift card is crazy.
Which wouldn't have even covered the amount of drinks and appetizers we had ordered.
Of course.
So, but whatever.
Did you have to still pay out?
No, they comped everything.
Oh,
just gave us $100 gift
card.
Yeah. So I did have 2 drinks and 2 appetizers on his house.
So this isn't gonna be. Wait. You're going tonight?
No, we already went. We went a couple weeks ago. No one died.
That's good.
It was and I kept trying to figure out if it was appropriate to drop that to the waiter. Like when the waiter, have you guys been here before? I was here one time.
I've actually got a $100 gift card that I'm going to use at the end of the night.
I was here one time before.
The last time I
got interrupted by somebody dying.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
But then it just didn't seem right. It seemed too close to Christmas, honestly.
Yeah, of course. But how was the feeling in the place? Did you have any sort of like...
We sat down in the pit, so I kept making comments to Taylor. I was like, this is where it happened.
Dude, that's crazy.
That guy's ghost is right there where that African family's eating.
He's just having kebab.
Yeah.
And that is a wild thing.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy time.
I like to think that the maitre d' at that restaurant's name is Xerxes, and he's like, right this way to your table.
No, honestly, it's a lot of gender ambiguity in the restaurant. The whole restaurant staff is sort of like cool hip Persian.
Oh, that's
thems.
fun. Themy?
Yeah.
A little themish?
But it's good, dude. It's fucking good. I would have said Roomies. You've been to Roomies?
Yes.
In the Avalon or whatever? There's a couple Roomies.
Yeah,
there's a Roomies out in the city.
Maybe I have.
They're not a chain. They're a local.
Or whatever.
But there's a couple.
Okay.
I would have said Roomies was my favorite restaurant prior to going to Del Bar, and I think Del Bar might have taken the cake. I love Persian food. Mediterranean food.
Yeah.
Like when they bring you, like I love Roomies, they bring you, and they do at Del Bar as well. Like the appetizer is like some mint and some walnuts.
Oh, I hate walnuts.
Some cubes of feta cheese and some olives.
Yeah, those are tight.
Yeah, dude, that rules. You hate walnuts?
Yeah, I don't like walnuts. I think they usually they're so dry, and they taste like what I think the bunions on feet taste like.
Oh, they put some water on these walnuts.
These are wet walnuts?
They make them wet.
I'm more of a Wahlburger guy.
We got one of those too, big dog. We can go hit the Wahlburger anytime you want.
Jesus Christ, you sent me
that
the
movie
preview. What is it? Flight Risk?
Flight Risk.
So he's like
okay, yeah.
They made him old, right?
Yeah, he's bald, which is hilarious. So it's like a movie where it's like I went and saw NOS4A2, and that's where I saw it.
We'll get into that.
That's why I saw the trailer.
Yeah,
we can talk about it. But the way the trailer started, when I saw it, I didn't even watch the thing I sent you. I just was like, oh, there it is, and I sent it to you. But it's like, from the acclaimed director of Braveheart and Apocalypto. And then it's like, who's the lady?
Mel Gibson's directing
this? Yeah, this is a Mel Gibson movie. I told you that. Yeah, it's a Mel Gibson directed movie.
I forgot about that. It looks insane.
And it opens with like Wahlberg and whoever the lady is. I can't remember who it is.
It's not.
It's like a Amy Smart, but it's not Amy Smart.
Yeah. It's like Claire Danes or something.
Who knows? Yeah. Somebody like Claire Danes. And she, they're like in a plane, and Mark Wahlberg leans over and he's like, "How y'all doing? How y'all folks doing?" And she's like, "We're doing fine." He's like, "Gonna be a smooth ride." And I remember in the theater, I was like, "Fuck, dude, bad Southern accent Mark Wahlberg movie. What is this?"
Hillbilly Wahlberg.
And then it turns out that he's like some like hitman from the mob who's trying to kill the other passenger. It's like a lady and a prisoner. They're trying to like move this prisoner from one place to another in a biplane. And it looks like the whole movie is going to take place just the three of them just rustling around inside this plane. But Mark Wahlberg has like full
like Charlie Brown
like
hair, but
Merle
white.
Haggard
comb over,
like bald all the way to the top. Yeah, dude. And it's directed by Mel Gibson.
That's insane. What I gathered from it is that it time cuts. There's like a time where he's the pilot, and then there's a time where he's the prisoner, and the plane starts to go to shit, and he's like, "Y'all need a pilot?"
Oh no, that's
but
not.
Then I'm gathering somehow, and I could be like,
maybe they're trying to cut this thing up and make it
extrapolate. So it seems like he's doing Death Proof, but with like biplanes. Like he's trying to serial kill people with
that could be
planes.
Yeah, the trailer that I watched said it was based on a true story.
It looks insane, dude. But his accent,
I have no
his
idea.
hair, and his
the whole thing is crazy.
So
it made
crazy.
no sense. The trailer after trailer when I went to see NOS4A2, every single trailer I was like, yo, they're making like another. Oh no, what they're doing is they're making a movie about every single trailer.
Okay.
For every single movie was just dog shit. They're making a movie about like people stuck underwater. They're making a movie about people stuck in a plane. It was like every single trailer for every movie was like, this guy stuck in a thing.
I'm stuck. And then somebody comes up behind him and fucks him.
Oh shit, I'm stuck underwater.
Dude,
Kevin, what do you do?
To make an A24 style movie about a guy being stuck in a dryer and then getting fucked by his stepbrother or whatever that'd be a fun trailer.
But it's like devastating.
Did they not show the trailer for Den of Thieves 2?
No.
There
were like no fun trailers.
Did you end up watching Den of Thieves? Because you haven't seen it, right?
No, not
I'm
yet.
looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to your review.
Den of Thieves.
Because I'm telling you, it's. I think Jason Mantzoukas said this maybe on some episode of How Did This Get Made back in the day. But then it was like Heat Light, and
Heat Light. I'll watch it.
Which is fantastic.
I'll definitely watch
I just love Gerard Butler is like a dad bod alcoholic
That rules.
cop, and he's just like a dickhead all the time.
Loose cannon cop on the edge.
And then Ice Cube's son is like a nice
Small
guy,
Cube?
but he's like a smart guy, but he's a part of this heist gang because he's just got to get some money or something.
Small Cube, huh?
Small guy, O'Shea Jackson, is that his name?
O'Shea Jackson. I don't know.
But yeah, it's a cool watch. It's definitely
Check
a cool
it
watch.
out, dude.
Cast rules.
It pales in comparison to BROSferatu.
Ooh, get him! This motherfucker is texting me while I'm at work.
Yep.
And he was like, if you get off in time, come to the mall. We'll see NOSFERATU at fucking, what time did you go? 10:15? Something like that?
Yeah, 10:10, something like that.
Yeah. And obviously the movie doesn't actually start till 10:30 because the trailers were
10:40. You know, and honestly, that was another thing that was crazy, is that this movie time is at 10:10. This is the movie time.
Uh-huh.
Okay? There are 10 minutes of nothing. Just nothing. Like, it doesn't even start until 10:20. And then at 10:20, there were 10 minutes of just commercials.
What do you guys do in IMAX?
And what was crazy about the commercials,
Regal
too.
IMAX?
Regal IMAX, Buford.
Mall of Georgia?
Mall of Georgia. Get your shit together.
Sort your fucking shit out in the new year.
Every single commercial that played prior was either like, have a Coke or some candy, or it was like, bet on sports, or it was like, medicine.
Moderna.
We got medicine. It was literally like, and the 10 minutes of commercials, there seemed to be no rhyme or reason to them. Like, they would just play, like, I would see the same commercial.
Incredible.
Right? So it would just be like, Trimfire into sports betting, into the same sports betting ad again.
Oh, that's...
It was crazy.
I think that might be a psyop. When an ad goes back to back on anything, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Because it's sort of like, feels like it's glitching, and you're like, oh, somebody got a free ad. No,
they're doing it to
this is a fucking op.
And we're obviously, I'm not the first person to say this. This is not an original thought, but it is crazy that we have medicine ads the way we do. The one ad in particular that played during this movie was like people like playing in the park, and like it's so fun.
It's all just like it's like
Trimfire.
It's
you
like
know?
sexy older people having fun and dancing and stuff.
And then it's like 45 seconds of the commercial is still just action shots.
Trimfire.
And then it's like, Trimfire may cause lymphoma, and if you're thinking about killing yourself, please go to see a doctor. There may be some rare blood diseases, some rare cancers. It's like, this is crazy. You're allowed to put this on TV.
Trimfire may induce spontaneous human combustion.
It's just crazy.
And then you may pop like a vampire in Blade who gets the coagulant shot.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I saw this, so I saw NOSFERATU. Yeah, it's not incredible. End it.
Oh, yeah,
it's crazy.
Incredibly uncool.
I don't like it one bit. And as I've been watching more football, because the Falcons have been relevant until they lost. Damn, you hate to see it. But same with the football games. I've been talking about it on stage, where it's like, I'm tired. Commercials are crazy. They don't work. First of all, who's like, good thing I saw that commercial for whatever.
I think they do
Lexapro.
work on some people. That's the thing. It's like, if you got caught in the wrong sad, and then the Lexapro commercial comes on, it's like, have you been feeling just malaise? And it's like, oh my God, I have been feeling malaise.
I've been malazed as hell.
Yeah, dude.
You don't listen to the other 90 seconds of the commercial.
Then it's...
Lexapro may cause your eyes to melt.
Your genitals may spontaneously fall off.
But anyway, Regal IMAX.
Sort yourself out.
I will say this. I found this out as well. The IMAX at the Regal at the Mall of Georgia is like a real deal IMAX.
Yes.
But there's not a lot of those.
No.
So it's called Limax is what somebody was saying.
Right.
The IMAX built maybe like 60 of these theaters across the country, and then we're like, ain't nobody gonna be doing this.
Close enough.
And then because you have to shoot in a specific camera, in a specific angle, with specific sound and all this stuff that really like only Christopher Nolan and a handful of directors are properly
James Cameron.
like utilizing the thing.
Right.
So I've never been to the IMAX at the Mall of Georgia.
Oh my!
That shit, I was scared. I scared the hell out of me, dude.
I saw dodgeball there.
I was 100 feet up in the air. I was like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
So you're high as hell. That's what I was going to say. Is I'm at work and I'm like, there's a small chance I could get off because we're probably going to be pretty slow tonight, and but I didn't. So he's texting me all through these trailers like, dude, I just saw this dumbass trailer with Mark Wahlberg, and I was like, sounds amazing. And then he's like, dude, what are we? Why does every movie have people dressing up? There's guys here in like cloaks, dressed up like Dracula.
Yeah, there was some guys in the garb. There was like
garb.
4 guys garbed up.
And I knew he was high. He's like, I'm too high. This is too big. I don't know if I can make it through this movie. So I know he's too high. So I said, how do you know it's garb, dude? Those might be real vampire guys who came out to support the homie. I was like, those might be the BROSferatu.
The BROSferatu.
And so we've been to a fault saying BROSferatu too much. Could be the name of the app. We don't know.
Could be. Yeah, I mean, to dress up in the garb, to go see a Robert Eggers movie is great. Like, to go see a movie that inevitably was 2 hours and 15 minutes of just like, ooh.
right. A macabre feeling in the air,
yeah. One of the guys I was in the bathroom with after the movie, one of the guys in the garb, and he didn't like it.
That's my favorite.
What a shame, dude. You wasted all that time dressing up like a dumbass to go see a movie you didn't even like. He just kept being like, it was so slow. He was like 20. I was like, bro, this movie wasn't made for you.
Yeah, dude,
this is not the Fast and the Furious.
This isn't about vampires.
What did you think that this was gonna be? You think it's an Underworld? There's a new Underworld movie coming out. Yeah. And I've said this a bunch, and I think that this is hilarious. I liked the movie. I actually really liked it. It is captivated my mind since I've seen it. I would love to see it again. I think it's with how dog shit most movies are, and my movie-going experience as of late being pretty dog shit. It was nice to go see something that felt like, damn, this was a lot of hard work, and it really showed. But I will say, yes. That's cool.
That was awesome, dude. That's true love.
True love, dude. Have you started? Yeah, no. Well, I meant to tell her. I went upstairs to tell her that it was just you and me, so that she didn't think we were down here just sticking off. But I couldn't find her.
She was in the secret tunnels talking to Nosferatu.
Couldn't find her. I will say. So Bill Skarsgård, who was Pennywise in all those those
the
movies
recent It movies.
Yeah. He plays whatever it's not. They don't call him Dracula. He's got some name, whatever his name is, and it's all practical, like it's all makeup and effects, and he looks very cool. And then there is one. I laughed out loud, and I was one of like probably 3 people who laughed. But there's like a scene where he turns around and his face is revealed, and he has like a full Saddam Hussein mustache.
That's crazy.
Just like the full, like thick as hell.
Like if I shaved everything but my mustache to nothing and then painted my face white.
Yeah, and it did take me. It took me a little by surprise. I was like, whoa.
I think you could get away with a Salvador Dali like thin ass French mustache.
Well, so I saw an interview with Robert, and he was saying
Bobby Eggers,
and he was saying that he wanted to get my ego.
Lego my Eggers, dude. Anyway, sorry.
He was saying that he wanted it to feel authentic. So he went back and he looked at a lot of like Transylvanian, Western European oligarchs,
counts and shit.
Yeah, and that they all had these huge mustaches,
big bushy mustaches.
So it's just like
the Lorax mustache.
Yeah, it's just like, so. I mean, it felt like what we needed to do to make it feel more realistic. But dude, he does sort of just wind up looking like. you know, it just kind of looks Jewish. I mean, unfortunately, like with the big long fingers and the thick mustache and the big nose. Like, I mean, you know, I don't know if that was intentional, but you know.
Bobby, you got questions
Hey,
to
Bobby.
answer, brother. Oh yeah, don't
Ring the Liberty Bell, big
don't
dog.
get me off my thing, but this is Liberty Bell is the new part of the.
That's right, TJ for Christmas. In my person, I don't think I've done it on the podcast, but there's a Merle Haggard song where he says we should stand up for the flag and all ring the Liberty Bell. And for like 2 weeks, I was just saying that.
He's just constantly singing.
I was just singing it and saying it and telling people that it's a shame that we don't ring the Liberty Bell like we
more
used to.
often. I don't know that we ever did. That's my. I mean,
Oh, that is true. We rang the Liberty Bell like one time, right, and then it broke.
I think
or however many
that's
times
the
they rang it.
Story, but I don't know if we've talked about this, but
we did have a theory about the Liberty
But my
Bell.
favorite conspiracy that I give videos on right now is that it's always like a huge picture of old decommissioned bells, and it's like every town had a church or more than one church, and they all had a big ass bell. And the reason they were actually ringing the bell was to keep demons or evil spirits out of the town. And then some demon came along and broke all the bells, or cracked them, or fucked them up, or threw them away, or got rid of the bells. It's like it's too much upkeep.
If you're in Harry, you're not far from the Liberty Bell. You have to go. You have to go to the Liberty Bell. You have to ring the Liberty Bell.
Harry, old pal, take a bus to Philadelphia,
the city of brotherly love.
Listen to fucking Philadelphia Freedom, and then just hit that motherfucker with a sledgehammer.
Ring the bell, dude, so that we could. It's like lighting the
Dude, could you imagine if everyone's like,
beacons of Minas Tirith, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
If you ring the Liberty Bell, all the Liberty Bells across America will ring, and we'll be rid of all these woke lib fuckers, dude.
Jesus Christ.
They'll go back into the ground where they came from.
Jesus.
Sorry, you were saying.
That's incredible. No,
these are jokes.
That's just
you can vote however you want.
That's just my favorite. Is that like the right frequencies give away, take away the demons, and it's fun. But yeah, I saw this at a local
antique shop
and was like, well, this must be a fixture. This and George. It's like
we have the most patriotic open mic podcast in the Atlanta scene. There's absolutely no
bar none.
No one is rocking this.
No one's even trying to catch us. I don't think.
Yeah, and if they made a movie about this big guy right here, we'd be in the garb.
Ooh, we could garb. That would be pretty sick. Just come in on a horse and pray out front of the movie theater.
Which is crazy. They made a movie about everybody.
No George. What are they hiding?
What do they know about George? They're like, well, if I can keep it on the
I'm not sure how we're going to do this one. Yeah, I don't know.
I think he maybe did some bad stuff.
You might have. But you did like Nosferatu.
I did, yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. I was me and this was like so I picked good seats because I was like, there was pretty packed. Like at 10:10.
I was going to ask, was there a decent amount of people there?
Yeah, which I think is what a problem that this movie is going to have, hitting a wider audience. I think people are going to go see this movie, and I think people are expecting it to be Underworld. And it's
they think it's going to be fun?
Yeah, and it's definitely not.
This thing is a different kind of fun. This is Robert Eggers.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you've seen The Northman, or if you've seen
The Witch,
or The Lighthouse. They're all pretty plotting,
moody,
yeah. Like
creepy
visual storytelling.
Right.
There's not a ton of dialogue.
I do remember seeing The Witch too late at night and being like, holy fuck, but being like, it's a beautiful movie, it's a cool movie, and then the end happens and I went, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's a good movie. He's
a fun guy.
He's a good director.
So it's me in the theater, and I'm in between seats, so I got a buffer here and a buffer here, but on this side there's another guy who's done the exact same thing as me. And it's just like we all know him, like a 45-year-old, like real clean cut looking, like nerdy black guy.
Yeah, sure.
Like wearing just like straight cut jeans and a quarter zip and baseball cap, and me and that guy got so scared together. The whole movie, anytime it got scary, I would creep over and look at that guy, and he would be in the exact same boat as me. He'd be like, oh.
That's awesome, dude. Did you exchange info?
We fucked.
Oh. And then you revealed to him you're a child.
Peeled my mask off, and I said, I've been 11 years old this whole time. You dumbass. You fool. You fell right into my trap.
In fact, Nosferatu's not even a mortal vampire. He's 11. You sicko.
11 years old, you sick fuck. Yeah. I said, I don't want to be dirty because I don't think it's right.
Okay. Of course.
I don't think smut is appropriate.
Just a hardcore smut for the homies.
But it isn't. It is a weird. Like the girl in this movie is Johnny Depp's daughter.
Correct.
She's all kinds of naked in this movie.
Oh my.
And it's a weird. Like it's like I start to feel old. You know?
I grew up with your father.
Yeah, I grew up with your father.
With your father. Not like, but we weren't friends with him. We don't know Johnny Depp. I'm not going to parties with Keith.
Not like I would like to know him.
Keith Richards.
I don't know him like I want to know him.
Right, like famous comedian Doug Stanhope knows him.
Yeah,
like they're friends.
But it was a.
Oh, you mean biblically? Oh. You'd like to have known him.
I think I made this comment to you, and again, this is not. I never want to be nasty, but huge nipples. This lady had the thickest nipple. I mean, not like regular areolas or whatever.
Right.
But just like.
Or whatever. You know what it's called.
They were like this thick. It was.
Hold on. I can't see that. Whoa.
They were wild. And they were long. Thick and long.
What?
I would have said, if I had seen that on a lady in a pornography, I would have expected the tag weird nipples.
Yeah. You would like. Just some
and
sort
again,
of.
that's not. I'm not. You know,
I'm
no
trying to be
smut.
nasty here. Yeah,
no
I'm
nasty
trying to be
talk.
a nasty rascal, but
to each his own.
To have some sort like there's every movie now has like a warning. There's smoking in this.
Yeah, this should have had
you can't be
warning.
Like, yo,
wild ass nipples.
Wild
There's gonna be some crazy nipples later in the third act of this movie. We're gonna hit you with some of the weirder nipples you've seen on film.
that you've seen, and you may feel a certain way about them, but give them a chance.
It could have been IMAX too. I mean, that could have been.
Oh,
you think maybe that it could have been like
the IMAX camera adds 10 inches to
you know what they say, dude? If you shoot it at IMAX, you know, you better make sure you got plenty of prosthetic nips on hand.
What if they were fake, but he made them weird?
Weird.
He's just like
fake weird nipples.
Bobby Eggers, you got more questions to answer, dude. Was that a choice for the nipples?
Yeah.
To be so gnarly?
And then this movie, you know, and I don't want to spoil it. There's no spoilers here, but it does take an interesting turn. The third act, they introduce Willem Dafoe, who's credited on the title, so it's not no surprise he's in this film. And he's just like a goofy. He's just like Doc from Back to the Future.
He's like
like he's just a crazy guy. Like he's just like wow.
That's awesome.
And that was pretty fun.
Sort of the inspector from Young Frankenstein who has the weird like wooden arm that he keeps having to reposition.
Yeah. It was great. So if you're out there and you haven't seen BROSferatu.
Hit him with the BROSferatu.
If you're out there and you haven't seen BROSferatu and you're like a intellectual human, go see it. But if you're some fucking pig, stay home, watch Underworld.
Stay home and watch Underworld Rise of the Lycans.
Which is my favorite one. I like Rise of the Lycans. I saw Rise of the Lycans in theaters.
Because you're a nasty pig man.
Because I'm a nasty pig boy. I'm one of those nasty pig boys.
Although, tell me if I'm wrong, I don't think Underworld has any nipples.
No, I think that was kind of... I mean, there might be some, like... You might catch an auxiliary nip. But Kate Beckinsale, I don't think she's...
no, right.
I think she's a beautiful lady who keeps her clothes on.
Keeps it high and tight or
like
whatever.
Mila Kunis. I watched Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Love Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
And it's... Yeah. First of all, yeah. Dude.
So fun.
That movie fucking rules.
Yeah.
And it's still really funny. But I thought for sure, after taking a look at Siegel's Hog, I was like, that bad boy's prosthetic. But no, dude.
Real cock.
That's a real cock, dude. I know. If I ever meet Jason Segel, I'm gonna let him know. Be like, damn, dude.
Give him a handshake.
That was a nice cock,
doctor.
But then what I learned in that, looking to see if that was prosthetic, the Mila Kunis naked picture in the bathroom.
Right, that he has.
That's
he steals.
fake.
Yeah.
That's a fake.
That's a fake.
It's not even her boobies.
She's like, no.
No boobies, yeah. She's much like Beckinsale.
I don't do this kind of thing.
Smut.
But you could get a auxiliary vampire lady to shows. I
Show
think the
some
Underworld movies might be PG-13.
No, Rise of the Lycans, there's boobies in that movie.
Oh.
And they have a lady who looks similar to Kate Beckinsale, but it's not her.
I don't know that I ever saw Rise of the Lycans, if I'm being honest.
I mean this in full sincerity. I loved it. I loved it so much. I think I may have even seen it again.
I thought you were
theaters.
just going to say, get out. Leave now.
It was one. I mean, legitimately, when I got older and got into like ratings and movie ratings and stuff, I was like, surely this one is like people like this one, right? Like, oh no, they didn't like this. I was like, this is a masterpiece. Dude.
This is whoever did this magnum opus.
Yeah, and you know what, what's that guy's Michael Sheen?
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen would go on to win a fucking Oscar, I think, for Milk.
Oh my, that's true.
Or at least get nominated.
Something. Some bullshit.
So that was a real launching point.
It's
for
too
Michael
bad
Sheen.
they didn't just make one of the people in the Underworld series a gay journalist before his time. Maybe they could have got an Oscar for
They
that
could have gotten one if they made Kate Beckinsale a gay journalist.
before her time.
Damn, dude.
Ahead of
Harvey
her
Milk.
time.
Harvey Milk, what a hero.
Hey, Jim.
We'll ring the bell for Harvey Milk.
Let it ring. Let freedom ring. What's that? Who's that song by?
I feels like Martina McBride or something.
It's got to be.
Have we done it?
I don't know what we're doing.
We're pretty close. We're
Pretty
pretty close to having done it. Did you do anything fun over? I mean, I went and saw BROSferatu.
Of course.
Like, that guy died.
I got, not last night, but the night before, got pretty drunk at Helium, and that was fun.
Oh yeah, no, we could fight these last couple minutes. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Let it eat.
So Nathan texted me yesterday. What? No, Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Today's Tuesday, and he's like, "We're going to Helium, and then we're going to Punchline if you want to come." And then I had talked to you on the phone earlier, and you were like, "I might go." Oh, that's Nathan. He's just going to he called or something, and you were like,
Yeah.
"He's called to tell me he's going to the Punchline."
Right.
I'm like, "All right, I don't want to go to the Punchline.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily committed
Staying
to that
home.
at all.
I'm staying home. I'm staying at my home where it's cool. I'm minding my own business.
Right.
I'm watching Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Brahm, I think.
Well, I don't care. This is not about me. This is about you. I was homeschooled. I'm allowed to be retarded. Okay?
That's true.
So anyway, I'm watching Bram Stoker's Dracula, whatever the fuck it's called.
Bwah.
And then I get on Instagram and I'm thinking, well, there won't be anything on Instagram. All my friends are home tucked in bed.
No.
10 o'clock. They're all at home tucked in bed. And then I fire up the old fuss. Oh, TJ Nickerson with the Instagram story must be something relevant to him being at home. I click on it. He's doing karaoke with all my friends.
That's true. I was doing
Every
karaoke.
friend except for me.
That's not. There was like 3 of us.
My whole friend group. I've only got 3 friends. I've given up all my other friends for you fuckers. And you guys are karaokeing. You didn't even bother. To throw up a courtesy to, hey man, just to let you know, we didn't go to Punchline and sit around at this horrible open mic. Instead, we went to the land of milk and honey, and now we're karaokeing and having a blast.
Sang our hearts out.
And you know that I love that. You know that karaoke is my spiritual gift.
That's true. Well, maybe I didn't want to get shown up, dude.
Well, that's selfish.
I know, and I'm sorry.
All right.
But also, when we had talked earlier, I had been pretty explicit about I wasn't planning on going to Punchline.
Yeah, but I just sort of thought you were not going to do anything.
That's not what I said. But
Yeah, but I just assume if I'm not going to do anything,
everyone else should
that everybody
sit
else
down.
stays home and doesn't do anything.
But then when I talked to you, you were like, well, I'm hanging out with my wife. And I was like, well, that's totally within your rights as an American.
Yeah, and I never bail on that.
Look, it won't happen again, dude.
I'm
If
just
I
kidding.
think there's a whiff in the
I
air
wasn't
that
going to come. I wouldn't have
Okie-
been able to have come last night anyway. It's just
2 nights ago.
to have been nominated.
To have been nominated.
To have been nominated.
Like Michael Sheen.
To have even been considered. Like Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen.
Yeah. If you guys could have given me the Harvey Milk treatment, that would have been great. And just nominate.
funny.
Just throw up a nomination.
It was funny. Fucking, I'll get you next time.
Thanks, man.
You're on the list. Yeah, I like an idiot was just like, I'm gonna try a new song, which was fun, but it's like a not very known song. I did Soul Singing by the Black Crowes.
I know you did because I saw the lyrics on the screen and like a freak, I was like, I don't know that song. And I Googled the lyrics. And then I was like, I've never heard this song.
Dude, that song rips. But most people, unless they're like,
they only know, hey baby, right?
The Otis Redding cover. The cover they did of an Otis Redding song. Yeah, I mean, a lot of, obviously the Black Crowes are from here, so you got
Local.
She Talks to Angels, you got Local Heroes, Black Crowes, you got Remedy, you got
they've got some hits. Songs, but
this
everybody
is from the
knows.
album Lions, and it's the
Did
only.
they do Black Betty? Is that them?
I don't know. No,
okay.
they didn't do Black Betty. That's Ram Jam.
Ram Jam,
which is much older.
Jet.
This
That's
is
what I'm thinking of.
Lions is like not a good record for the Black Crowes, but this song off it, and I just happened to like think about it and listen to it the other night. I was like, I bet I could do this on karaoke, and it was fun. But then I was like, I should have done a more known song. Nathan did like
Purple Rain.
Yeah, I did that later at Helium.
Nice. Fucking.
And
then you guys karaoke'd again.
We did it.
You had two opportunities. You had a second opportunity.
I was up in the booth and we were trying to figure out how to get the audio and like YouTube up. And Kristen's up there, and I was like, man, we gotta hurry before everybody starts doing bits. And then I just hear people down there sitting, waiting, starting to try to do bits. I was like, it's not working. They're doing it. They're doing the bits.
They're doing bits.
Yeah, but it was fun. We got it going, and then I was like, they're like, so who's gonna go first? I was like, I'm already here. I'll go first. I did Purple Rain, and then I came out and I was like, follow that, fuckers.
What did you say? Nathan did what?
Oh, when we were at Chaplin's, he did play that funky music, White Boy.
Oh yeah,
he had a good time. He was hitting it, and then all three of us did Chumbawamba. I'll get knocked down, I'll get up again. Just decided at some point that every chorus we were going to jump up and down and sing at the same time. And after we got off, all of us were like, oh. That was so funny.
I probably would have done some Faith Hill.
That would be.
This kiss, this kiss.
But you have to Faith Hill like on South Park.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That would rip.
Well, I'm glad we could bury the hatchet on this karaoke thing because I didn't want to have to come up to your house and cut your wiener off.
Kill your whole goddamn family.
Kill your whole fucking family. Kill all three of you guys. Just incinerate your entire bloodline.
No, please. I'm sorry.
Listen, if you guys liked this episode more than all the other episodes with Cole, leave us a like. Let your voice be known, dude.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. We love Cole, and obviously we continue to pray for Chris and his family as they give birth to what we hope is not the Antichrist.
Right.
But you can't be sure.
There's no guarantees.
Every baby that's born could possibly be the Antichrist.
In fact, when we leave here, we should probably just roll over to the hospital and ring the bell a bunch.
We'll ring the Liberty Bell.
If she's over there in labor and we're just singing, ring, 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 ring. She's like, what are you doing?
Don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it. We're just trying to keep
evil spirits away.
Hey, freedom ain't free, baby.
Freedom is not free. Oh, you got any resolution?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be being less fat.
Okay.
But I do that every year.
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, I gotta have a big year. I gotta have a good year. It's gonna be a year of working hard on all the things I need to work hard on. I fucked off for 4 months last year, and yeah, I gotta get right with God. I gotta get my job right. I gotta get my comedy right. I want to be coming, dude. 2025. You get on your knees. Zach's coming.
Year of the loser?
It could be the year of the loser.
Could be the year of the loser.
2025, the year of the loser. If you don't stop fucking not inviting me to karaoke, you dumbass.
That's true.
God bless, guys.
God bless, guys. I think I'm going to become a lady.
Oh, 2025, become a lady. I could have asked you what your resolutions were, but instead I was a dumbass. Hey, love you guys. Bye.